So, under the heart shape, under the heart, just bring them feet together. I'll start the timer. Once you are settled in, good work. Close your eyes. Palms face up. Breathe into the heart, relax into the belly. And just realize that every breath you take here calms down your central nervous system. Brings softness into the tissue of your body. A bit of space in the joints of your hips. A bit of space around the heart. And while we breathe slowly and deeply, our mind can also start to slow down. No expectations, but just slow deep breath and really feeling each in and exhale. Relax the skin on your face. Relax your jaw. And it's nice to have your eyes closed. It helps to count the breaths, so maybe 4 counts to breathe in. And you can make the exhales even longer than the inhales. Create a bit of space between the top row of teeth and the bottom row of teeth. I'll be the timekeeper so you can let go of all of that and just notice the sensations in the body, the expansion of the rib cage on the inhale, and then really let the exhale be healing in a space of surrender and softness, letting go of whatever the future holds. We can't control it. We can only breathe in the present. And trust. Around 10 more rounds of breath here, so maybe again, if you notice you have stopped paying attention to the breath, start to count the length of the in and the exhales. Now 2 more beautiful breaths. Notice the sensations in your hip. It might be getting a little bit more intense. Relax your shoulders. Alright, safely bring your hands to the base of your skull and then lift your head with your arms. And bring your chin to your chest. And bring the knees together. And then roll to the side to come off your bolster. And then come to a seated position. Simple Paschimottanasana, so you can bring your bolster in between your legs. I like it on top of the legs, but it depends on how hard it is. You can even place a pillow on top. 3 minutes here. Just let your head rest, let your feet be soft. jaw, the bottom part of your face, let it hang. Totally hang. Whoa. Like a ragged doll, but only specifically around the neck and the shoulders. As if there's weights on the shoulders and you're just melting your shoulders away from the ears. Around 4 to 6 times to breathe in, 4 to 6 or maybe even 8 times to breathe out. Calm down the breath, and with the deep long breaths, your mind will follow. Halfway, stay with the breath. Soften your toes, soften your fingers, keep your mouth relaxed, relax your tongue inside your mouth. Come back up. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Good. And then come to a toe seat. So you tuck your toes under. Toe seat is very good for the soles of the feet, where all the endings, lots of nerve endings are. If you want, you can manually bring some space between your toes. Bring them apart and then sit down. Now you just have to see if you can cope with the stretch underneath the feet. If it's too much, you can bring a pillow and it makes it a little less intense, or you can sit all the way back. Now we're going to do something which is really linked to the jaw, the head, the skull, maybe potential tension in the neck and the shoulders. It is a bit weird, but that's okay. So you're actually going to place the base of your hands, while we are stretching the soles of the feet as well, somewhere here on your jaw, because this is also a place where we keep a lot of tension. So you can already use your fingers and start to kind of massage here and feel just open the mouth and just feel like, okay, that's where my jaw joint is. And then create a bit of massaging here of the jaw, even around the top part of the jaw. And when I do that, I notice, oh, there's so much tension. There is so much tension. I also clench, grind my teeth at night. So these muscles feel like I could be a pit bull. I really feel I could be a pit bull. Lovely. Just keep massaging with your thumbs. Just feel the muscles here around the jaw. Alright, let's flip the feet in a pointing direction. Do the other side. And now, you're just going to create, you can do that with the base of the thumbs or the palm. And just create little circles here. You can either like totally just shake your face. Shake your face. Yeah. Find a jaw and just right, left, circles, forward, back. As if you are knitting some dough. Oh, I find it so nice. A little bit frustrating, but also nice. Okay, good. Oh, lovely. For 3, 2, and then we do a different one. You actually move your jaw from right to left. And it might be cracking a little bit. Open, so circles with the knife and wheel. And then we just take the jaw and we start to bring it a little bit like shake it from right to left, right to left, right to left, up and down for 3, like someone else is massaging you. 2 and 1. Lovely. Just loosen up all these facial muscles that are linked to the jaw, that are linked to the back of the head, that link back all the way there. Alright, let's come into a belly position for Sphinx pose. So you might need your bolster there, so just keep that close. You can start on your elbows. We'll stay here for 4 minutes. Quite a long period. So I'll wait for you to come in position. Lovely. Toes are pointed. Now just first, before you decide anything else, close your eyes and feel how your kidney belt feels here in the lower back. If it gives tension, walk your elbows a little forward. Give yourself some space. I'll put the timer on now. We'll do 2 variations. We'll do swings and then later on seal. Seal is a little deeper. You might do swings twice, and that's also fine. If you feel you can go a little deeper, and remember, higher or deeper, whatever, it's not better. It doesn't mean it's better. You can place your elbows on top of your bolster or your fitness roller. You can even roll a little forward and back. Just remember to keep your shoulders away from the ears. I actually find it quite hard to relax my lower back here, so I'm opting for something in between. Something in between. Yeah, just a little bit of height, but not that high. Close your eyes. We've got 3 more breaths here. Now breathe into the ribs, to the front, to the side, to the back body. Soften the jaw. Maybe notice the effect of that weird exercise we did for the muscles in our face. And now that we've done that loosening, you can maybe, it's easier to let the bottom part of your jaw drop, fall away from the top one. It doesn't look charming. We want to have that perfect smile. But here in Yin, we can just look like a little bit like an idiot. Like, it's fine. It's totally fine. As long as we're relaxing. Alright. I'll be the timekeeper. We've got 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Close your eyes and breathe.
Empty streets, sun goes down low.
Feel what you feel where, how intense it is. You can even give it a color. So sometimes when something feels very intense, I say, ooh, that's kind of a red kind of intense. It's not pain. Pain we move away from. It's an intensive feeling of red that might become orange, that might become purple, may become yellow, whatever. Very good for your kidneys, soft back bend, breathe. Go back to the breath.
Never will forget those nights. Wonder if it was a dream. Remember how you made me crazy. Remember how I made you scream. I don't understand what happened to our love.
Soften your toes.
Those days are
Soften your
gone
buttocks.
forever.
You've got a minute.
I
You
should
can stay
let
here, go a little lower, go a little
I
deeper.
can see
Whatever works for you. Listen to the
brown
soft
skin
messages
shining
that the
in
body
the
is giving
sun.
you.
I see you walking real slow, smiling at everyone. I can tell you my love for you will still be strong after the boys of summer have gone. I can see you, your brown skin shining in the
2
sun.
more rounds of breath here.
Got your hair combed back, sunglasses on.
Take it slow here, bring the elbows down.
Love for you
Now you might, just before you put your face down,
after
I want to show something on your face. So we're going to again work with our face and with a muscle that sits right here behind, to the side of the face. You might have to look for it a little, and we're going to use our knuckles of our hand. So our knuckles of our hand, not on the temple, probably just behind the temple. You can place, we'll do that on the belly. If you make a strong fist, those knuckles are going to massage into this muscle that sits here between the temple and the beginning of the ear. It's a bit of a search to find it. Oh, I find it quite intense, so it means that it is important. So, left knee slides up as high as you want. Then create with your right hand a nice sturdy fist and place, oh, I can feel it immediately. There's more tension for me on the right side of my face, also the right side of my neck, always like that, and that's okay. It's just an awareness, and we'll stay here for a minute. Close your eyes, feel how the knuckles of your hand are softly pressing into those points on the side of the face, in that muscle that is also connected to the jaw, that is also connected to your thinking brain. Let it all relax, even let your brain relax inside your skull. Almost like the brain is, with the help of gravity, kind of flopping to the floor, to the right side of your skull. It's obviously sitting there in liquid, but let it relax. Take a round, 4 more rounds of breath here. Soften your jaw. Breathe into the belly. Let the belly press into your mat and into the floor. Alright, slowly draw the knees back, face and nose to the floor. You can stay where you are. I'm just going to turn around, so I'll be able to see you when we do this to the other side. But first, we come into seal. So seal is an extension of Sphinx. You can choose to place your hands on your roller. You can also choose to place your hands outside your mat, wherever you are. Relax your buttocks. So obviously when you move forward with the hands, there's less of a back bend. But just go somewhere to the edge and we'll stay here close your eyes, neck in line with the spine, shoulders away from the ears. Breathe, soften the toes. And if it helps you, just count the inhales, the length of the inhales, count the length of the exhales. Soft and deep breaths. Trust that it's calming down your central nervous system. And by calming down your central nervous system, it almost already is preparing your body to a sleepy kind of mode. Deactivating the brain, slowing down the breath, slowing down the muscle, everything slowing down. Letting go. Maybe a sigh, if that feels good. We're halfway. If you feel to stay here, stay. If you want to walk your hands a little forward, to back off a little, do that. Or slowly creep your hands a little closer in for a little bit more height. Shoulders away from the ears. Breathe. Soft bend in the elbows. Open the heart space. Broaden the chest. As if we're a bodybuilder, so really broad. And that width of the chest also helps us breathe even deeper, even slower, lots of space to breathe. 40 seconds. Relax your buttocks, relax the face, relax the jaw, relax the tongue in the face. Maybe even move the jaw again, just checking if everything in the facial features is soft. 3 more rounds of breath here. And it's often when we move out. So with your eyes closed, just bring your nose to the floor, nice and slow. Notice the post effect of the shape. Just pause for a moment, because it's quite a big back bend there. And then we slide that right knee up next to us. With the left fist, with the left hand we create a fist, and we place that on the left side of your temple. Let your head rest on those hard knuckles. It is not very comfortable. So the hand is actually quite tough to lie on. That's why we don't lie here too long. 1 minute. Breathe. Feel free to close your eyes. And feel free to breathe into the belly area. Slow breaths in, slow breaths out. Around 4 more rounds of breath. Relax your face. I know it's quite intense to put the knuckles there. The muscle will relax after it's trying to find its way. Those intense sensations, it's okay. Slowly bring the knee back down so the legs are next to each other. Place your head onto the pillow of your hands and just pause there for 3 minutes here. If you want more in the shoulder area, you can also place your elbows onto your bolster. Walk it as far forward as possible. Breathe underneath your shoulder blades, as if there's 2 little pockets of air under your shoulder blades at the back of the body, and every time you breathe in, you bring some air into both those pockets. Feel the widening and the broadening of your chest, also on the back of the body. And then relax the armpit. You can also imagine that you can breathe into the armpits. It's a weird thing to think, but you're as if you're breathing into the armpits, and then also extends the back of the body. Stay with the breath. Slow, deep breaths in and out.
We are the stars which sing. We sing with our light. We are the birds of fire. We fly.
Go over halfway. Stay with it.
Our light is a voice. We make a road for the spirit to pass over. For the spirit to pass over.
Relax your ball. 5 more rounds of breath.
We are like the wind, wrapped in luminous wings. We make a road for the spirit to pass over. For the spirit to pass over.
Slowly, slowly, slowly roll back up to a kneeling position. So slowly come back up, and we will come into a supported bridge. Yes, you can use your bolster for it. I might use my block, but you can use your bolster, so bring it to the sides. I love this shape, I love this shape. Let's actually do some windshield, just windshield your knees here. After that quite intense stretches in the kidneys, we've done some external rotations. So on your back, just windshields, right, left, left, right. Feel free to keep your eyes closed. Supported bridge pose, so you can place your bolster or anything that is quite high, a big pillow. It's quite nice actually to have something that's quite stable, so you can let your hips rest on top. You can also use a block in any height that feels good. We'll stay here for 3 minutes. Feet are parallel. The block can be medium, low, or high. Your arms can be next to your body with the palms facing up, or you can bring them overhead and let the armpit stretch. Just check both and then decide which one feels best. Close your eyes and breathe. There's a little bit of pressure in the balls of the toes, of the big toes. So sometimes there's a tendency of the weight, the vision, even though it's really soft weight, to go to the pinky side of the foot, and then there's an external rotation of your hip joints, and the knees start to flow out to the side. So keep your knees above your ankles, keep equal pressure in the four corners of each foot, and that includes the big toe. So you're not pressing, but you can still, with your eyes closed, feel that the balls of the big toe are connected to the floor, and that there is an intention to keep the weight divided over the four corners of the feet. Soft inversion, so your organs also get a little bit of a wake-up call here. Nice for your diaphragm to breathe slow and deep. Notice the sensations in the body. Whenever the mind starts to wander, notice the temperature of the body. Maybe notice specific areas. Are they tense, spacious? Where do you feel this most? For me, this is very intense. Again, around the kidney area, around the sacrum, around the SI joints. But you might feel it somewhere totally different. Just notice where you feel it. Also, the frontal hip, the hip flexors are open here. Your psoas, a long muscle, harder to feel, but just so you know, it sits on the inside of the thighs and is connected with the spine. A long, big muscle. And sometimes when we breathe through intensity, heat starts to be created in the body. We take 4 more breaths here. Soften your jaw. Maybe even tingling sensations. When you are inverted, you might even feel a little nauseous sometimes. It's also normal. Alright, let's slowly move up. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Lift your hips. Remove the prop. Vertebra by vertebra. Upper back. Middle back. Lower back. Oh. Knees knock in towards each other. Feet are as wide as the mat. Right hand onto the belly. Left hand onto the heart. Pause for 6 rounds of breath. Alright, let's move into a, it's actually, you would know it as ear pressure pose. You would know it as ear pressure pose. Really nice. So it's not a full plow. So you can just bring your legs over your head. You can even support the pelvis a little bit. Or you can bring, we'll stay here for 2 minutes. Let me just get my watch sorted then. Because once I'm in that shape, it's not so easy to get back to my watch. Access. It's harder to breathe here. So there we go. Up. You can bring your hands as a support to the pelvis and the lower back. Or you can bring your fingers to your toes. And then you're balancing. Now relax. It's not so easy to breathe here. Maybe move away from the back of the head and move more towards the shoulder area. So you're lying on the back of your shoulders. There will be a point where obviously you would fall if you would go a little further. Try to slowly go to that place. Breathe. So the knees are close to your jaw. The knees are close to your ears. You can bring your feet a little wider. Feel that full stretch in the lower back, maybe even between your shoulder blades. 1 more minute. Here, take 4 more rounds of breath. Slowly come back to your breath, leg out the wall. Just lie still. Drain the feet, maybe feel some tingling in the soles of the feet. As if there's little soft pulses of electricity running through the legs. And then hug your knees in towards your chest, rock and roll, or create, actually it's nice to, I sometimes even prefer circles with the knees. So you bring the knees in and out. So the arms bend and the arms extend. Lovely circles to the lower back, to the pelvis, to the sacrum, and then turn the circles in the other direction. Roll to a side and then come up to a seated position. Last 2 shapes, and we'll add on some neck stretches as well here. So it's going to be, they call it shoelace in Yin. We call it double cow face in Vinyasa Yoga. Now we'll just need to see if you've got space, so you might need your props. So I'll mirror you. So bring the right knee in front of the left, and then you might, if you're using, I'll turn around. So you can use your pillow in between your heels. You can also use a block. I don't know if this is going to work. I'll try, because I know you've got one of these. Let's see. Could work. Could work. This will obviously give you the most height. So just see where you want to go. If this is really too much, you can also extend the bottom leg and you've got half shoelace. Because of my Asian background, I can sit on the floor between my heels. Lovely. So we will sit here. Let me put the timer on. And what you will do is first, for a minute, we'll bring our, let's bring our right shoulder, our right ear, so it's your right ear, to your right shoulder there. Just play a little bit with the angle of your chin. Close your eyes and feel that lovely stretch here on the left side of your neck. And we'll stay here for 1 minute. Breathe. So just changing the angle, the height of your chin, and it can be literally half a centimeter more towards the sky, more towards your armpit, can give you that sweet spot. And when you find the sweet spot, pause and commit to stillness. Now notice if your left shoulder hasn't crept up. So keep your shoulders level. Or even draw the left shoulder a little down to the floor without making it too intense. Let's stay with these legs, but we're going to bring your head back up to the sky. We are going to create tiny little circles. So it's like the spine, at the top of the spine, and the skull, it sits on top of the spine. So you want to, it's such a small movement that you hardly see it. You will do that for a minute here as well. So let's decide, we'll go clockwise. So it's like the head is turning really softly around the top of the skull. Really small. A little bit forward, a little bit back. Shoulders away from the ears. So yes, you might see it, but it's not big. It's really small. So your shoulders stay still, Gordana. Your shoulders stay still. It's just the skull. Breathe. And then with your eyes closed, if you move even slower, you can start to feel where in the neck the tension exists more than in the other parts of the head. Where do you feel, oh yeah, you know? There's maybe even some cricks and cracks.